It hurt my throat.
Well, listen. Tonight is Coach MB's birthday, so we have a special deal going on for you all. I'm going to go ahead and tell you now, so that we can give Coach MB a break and she can get her rest tonight. So if you go ahead and message the Instagram page or the Facebook page. I'm sorry, not message, but comment under any post on, and try to use our most recent post just so that we can see if you are getting the link, and message the number 14. Today is Coach MB's 14th celebration. Now, what we're doing, she turned 14 on the 14th, but she wasn't here with me that Friday at 9 p.m. Okay. So now that she's here, I want to make sure that we show her that birthday love, and that we want to give something to you all, right? What do we do, Emma? What do we do? She predicted that I was going to do this. Why? Because when you're a marketer, you can be a little predictable. So guess what price we set all the templates and all the AI classes to?
$100. I'm just kidding.
What price do you think, Emma?
I'm guessing $14.
$14. So because of that special number 14, we want to share this with you. Look at all those happy birthdays. Thank you. I'm saying thank you like it's my birthday. You tell them thank you.
$40. You got a $41 template.
Yeah, we can flip it around, because actually I'm turning 40.
You're turning 41.
I'm turning 41 on April Fool's Day. We're so much alike. Sometimes it's like a little aggravating between us. But yeah, so I'm turning 41 on April Fool's Day. You just turned 14. Mirror time. Okay, let me not embarrass you too much. Not on YouTube.
Maybe on the class, but not on YouTube.
Yeah, in the classes. And y'all just know that Coach Emby is doing her thing. She's in Photoshop classes with us every week, and she's helping you all set up your workspaces, and she's following along with the tutorial and helping if anybody falls behind whenever I'm teaching. So she is not my sidekick. She's my partner in crime and all things glorious. So just for that, and I was going to have Emma design with us tonight, but because she's been feeling a little under the weather. And look, she came and showed up anyway, just as beautiful and spirit shining bright. So I'm going to give her the night off, and I'm going to do the designing tonight if that's okay. Is that okay with you?
Sickness came in clutch.
All right. So let's just make sure that you all message the number 14 if you all want the link to these deals. And this isn't all of the templates, y'all. This is just the last 10 weeks of classes. Yes, literally every single week we do a new Photoshop class. Every single week we do a new AI class, and you all can catch Coach Emby in those classes, okay? So if you want to see all of the AI classes, you can click on this image, or you can click AI art, please. And then if you want to see all the Photoshop templates, because listen, tonight y'all are going to be shopping and learning. I'm pretty sure that you can go up here to the Photoshop templates, and these are more than 50% off, because normally they are $40 and $97, depending on if you take it live or if you grab the replay. So the fact that they're $14 right now is a steal of a deal. All right. And then make sure that you message the number 14. It has to be under the Facebook or Instagram page. So Customer Happiness, can you update that on the scroll bar, please, to make sure that they're messaging the number to the right place? And then I'll go ahead and get on with design for tonight. And you can go ahead and relax for tonight.
Yeah, I'm probably going to take a nap.
All right. You want to say anything to the people?
I get 50% of the sale, so please buy everything.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to tell them that. Okay. So just like when it was Levi's birthday, Levi got to get 50% of the sales for the entire day, to let them know how much I appreciate y'all. Kids, can I ruin the secret? Kids are not just like moochers, like, just, hey, feed me, house me. Like, kids.
I mean, it's half of that.
It is maybe half of that, but they're also able to help out. And Emma and Levi both have been able to help me with doing content creation. They've been able to help me with Photoshop flips. They've been able to help me actually monitor the classes and even help people that are in the classes. Whenever I'm on one track, they could be helping people on another track. So I just have to say this while you're here, Emma. You are a beautiful and amazing individual. The way that you help others is absolutely a brightness and a light that we all see. And I know it could be a little embarrassing to brag on you in front of everyone, but I am truly, honestly, the luckiest person alive to be able to help raise you and be a witness to all of this growth. Like, seriously, Emma. This is one of my greatest blessings in life. And although you may be a self-proclaimed moocher, you are my brightness.
A proud self-proclaimed moocher at that.
But I just want you to know that you have skills and you have purpose. And not very many young people, maybe even adults, get to experience that and share that with everybody. So our goal here in the Academy is to make sure that everybody can serve your purpose, that everybody can shine your light and make sure that you're illuminating something in this life. So I just want to let you know, like I tell you, you are my hero. You are my angel. And I love you and I appreciate you so much.
This feels planned.
It's not, but I'm going to do my best not to get all emotional on this camera over here, y'all, because that's not what you want. You want Photoshop design tonight, right? But just to watch you grow and see you on this YouTube at 8 years old is when we started this thing.
I think it was later.
It was about 8. No, it was 8. No, because you were turning 9. So you've been on this YouTube journey with me the entire time. Can you believe that? And and you've been doing Photoshop since 8 years old. Anyhow, so I'm gonna get off of memory lane and I'm gonna let her get some relaxation in. And we have, hopefully you're feeling a little bit better tonight because we'll do something special tomorrow. So get your rest, get your fluids, and maybe even a little hot tea or some soup. Okay.
Probably some tea.
All right, probably some tea. All right, my love. So I'm gonna let Coach MB go. She sees all of these happy birthday messages. You want to say anything else other than make sure you buy because it's 50%. 50% goes, and the thing is, 50% goes to her investing in the things that she wants to do to grow her creativity. So we don't buy frivolously here. We invest. And every now and then we buy a little stuff. We buy food. We buy good food. But outside of that, we like to invest in things. So this will be helping her to invest in the things that are growing her creativity and craft. You want to tell the people thank you?
Thank you. I mean, you get your thank you when you give me money. So you earned a thank you from this charity over here if you give me money.
All right, girl. And y'all know Coach MB is straight to the point. And no filter at all.
Yeah,
but
you don't get a filter with me.
Yeah, it's just straight to the point. So when y'all see her helping in class, if she's straight to the point, because Auntie is the one that makes it all flowery and flavorful, right? Like, oh my love, please click on the thing over here. Emma's like, click here. Did you see that? I just put the comment. Did you see that? All right, baby. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too.
Okay. So
I say thank you to you. You guys haven't earned it yet.
Oh, calm down. Everybody, you know what? They do deserve a thank you. You know why?
Why?
Because even when people don't pay you, you know why I do Freebie Friday?
Because they come?
No. Because actually, I get more people in my paid classes than I do, like on this live session right now. I get more people in my paid class on Wednesday. I do Freebie Friday. This is my community service. This is why I come to YouTube for the free 99 and make sure that I help people, because sometimes that turns into a sale, yes. But what it really turns into is showing how I'm serving my purpose. And even if people are not able to purchase something from me, they can still learn something. And what they're paying me with, they're not paying me with dollars right now. They're paying me with their time and their attention. And your attention is the most valuable thing that you can pay to someone. So I want to say thank you. And Emma, I want you also to say thank you for your time, your attention, and for these blessings that we're about to have from the learning and the experience that we're about to embark on tonight. The Canva should be 14 as well. If it's not, Lisa, then I will fix that, okay? All right, my loves. All right, so let's bid Coach MB goodbye, good night. And then let's get on to our design. All right, baby. Take it easy. Love you too. All right, so we're back. Thank you for closing the door. All right, so I got on camera just for Coach Emmy because y'all know lately I haven't even been turned on my camera. You know why? Because I have been enjoying being a digital nomad and literally helping you all from wherever I am. Doesn't matter if it's in a room, at an exotic hotel, or in the I think y'all know this. I've even come to y'all from conferences before, sitting in the hotel lobby doing lives from there. So wherever I am aiming to be here for you all Friday in and out until y'all don't show up no more. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and make this one full screen here. And I want to see first, before I get into what we're designing tonight, give me an idea of what you need help with. Okay, so I'm going to go through some of the things that we've done so far so that you have some understanding. We have done large format graphics, for instance, for event design. We've done t-shirt designs. That's kind of our specialty. My whole goal is to start you with a t-shirt design and show you how you can flip that into absolutely anything, including, if y'all notice here, this t-shirt design from 304 was used to make the arch, was used to make this 3-piece focal point here, was used to make this backdrop, or this could also be a foam board prop. Okay, so we're able to take these elements and these starter designs and pull them into whatever it is that you need. And I like to show you how to use your creativity smart and not hard. So I have on my list, because every week I ask y'all what you want to learn. Let's see. Last week you all told me that you wanted to learn how to do mock-ups, use the pen tool. Well, you didn't say use the pen tool, because y'all would never tell me you want to use the pen tool, but how to do the cutouts for the big heads. And I want to add to my list. So you all let me know, because next week I'll come to you with more of what you want to see if I know what you want to learn. So I'm looking at you now. Swan, that one is, I don't think it's available anymore. I'm not sure. We'll have to check and see the film yard strip. Let's see, Grad stole and arch for graduation. So Lisa, let's do, so Grad stole and arch. So the arch will be a part of something we just went over either last week or 3 weeks ago. Between that, I think it was 3 weeks ago, we did do a class where we did the arches. Now I will be doing some physical demonstration showing you all how to make this stuff. But the point is, I need to get your foundation right first. We need to understand the principles of design, especially the principles of designing for large format, because I don't want you all to be in a position where something may look cute on this phone screen or this computer screen, and then you blow it up 10 feet tall and it looks like, you know, it looks like trash. And I say that because I don't want you to be afraid of that. I want you to know that that's what we're going to avoid. That's where I'm going to keep you out of. Okay. A tennis scoreboard. Now, let's see. I don't know what a tennis scoreboard looks like. I'm going to put it in my notes. Tennis scoreboard. Now, what else is it that you all are designing? Are y'all designing t-shirts? Are you designing? I got graduation stoles. So I have that on my list. So graduation stoles. You're actually going to be designing those on class 308. During the challenge, you're going to be doing some mock-ups and the design that goes with the mock-ups. And one of them are the graduation stoles, one of those products. Okay. Cool. Oh, you have t-shirts for the event? Okay, cool. All right, so let's go ahead and get on with designing for tonight. I want to first, I want to see which of these products, and this is just my little rough draft, y'all. I have actually worked on the Automizer for you all, and I have the new updated 304 Automizer, and really, I want to show you how you might design even without the Automizer, okay? The Automizer, the whole point of it is we're taking the elements from one t-shirt design and we're automatically making the print files and the design files for over 100 products. That's the whole point of it. But, oh, party hats. Brookie, that's a good one. Hold on, let me add that to my list. Okay, party hats. All right, I don't have that one on there. I do have the Grad fans on there and the photo cubes. And Lisa, you're saying you want to learn it on Canva. So the photo cubes I have on Canva, and I don't have the Grad fans yet on Canva. Okay, so I'll put that on my list. Cool. Okay, so the party hats. So y'all might have to show me, let me know inside of the Facebook group. Show me like what you're talking about as far as party hats, because I think I know what you're talking about. Like the little cylindrical cone type of party hat, if that's what we're talking about. A graduation newspaper and magazine. So Sheila, we have a magazine. Let me see here. It is And I showed y'all how to take the magazine and make it into, boy, we got so many things. Let me see what page it might be on. Now, I didn't plan on this tonight, but if you all remind me, if there's somebody that wants to unlock all of the templates at once, I just need you to message me the word unlock, and I can send you a special deal where you can unlock all the classes. You don't have to buy them like a la carte one at a time. Okay, this one right here, 212 and 211. So 211, we did the Grad magazine. Okay, Grad magazine. And then 212, we turned it into a large format design and put the balloons around it. And we recolored the balloons and stuff. So that one we have. Now, I do have a newspaper design. So I'll put that on my list. Like every single week, I'm coming to y'all with whatever it is that you need. So I can only get to one thing a week, though. So that's why I'm asking you all what you all want to learn. Okay. Where did it go? Candy machine. Okay. Candy machine. So like basically the vending machine, or is there something else? Miss Kitty. Vending machine, or what is that? I just ordered some Clack fans, Amani, in the Facebook group. I asked people to drop their link. So if you are not in the Facebook group, go ahead and join the Facebook group. It's free. You just have to accept the rules and come on into the Facebook group. And I believe some people, I did ask for links in there and allow people to drop their links for the Clack fans. Can the newspaper design go on rabbits? Chantel, can it go on rabbits? And are we, I wanted to understand that. Okay, newspaper is pretty popular. Okay, well, I have one from an event I did about sometime, what was it? It wasn't even October. Sometime this summer. And I have that one. So I'll make it a template for you all. And it's actually a Canva template. But I can put it in Canva and Photoshop. Okay. All right. All right, cool. So I have notes for next. So every time when y'all come on live, I'm going to ask you what it is that you want to learn. So now I have a list of things and I can come to you all with that. So what we're going to be doing tonight, I want to go over first what we did this week in class. So maybe some of you all who are catching up, or maybe you missed out and you want the replay. All right, so we're going to go ahead on into our scoreboard. And the whole point is that I want to make a point with you all. The pieces that you see me designing, the collection of things that you see going on, from the banners and backdrops to the party favors, etc. I want you to understand that I'm using the same elements. And if you're doing our live classes, you understand that we're using the same elements. So for one project, and I'll give you a little bit of understanding here. Let's see. I'm going to go to basically I don't know if y'all know how much y'all have been building. So I'm going to show you what all you've accomplished in the last 30 days. Since the challenge, during the challenge, and since the challenge. So let's go to our event mockup here. All right, let's see what we have done so far. Here we go. So when you all tell me what you want to learn, here I am creating these things. So I want to explain the principle first before I show you the technical. All right, so the principle is we pretty much use these images here to create everything that you see here. Even if it's a little bit of a different background here, a little bit of different color variation, we are still employing the same type of assets, okay? And I call them elements. When they're over here on our side, we're finally developing the design. They're elements, okay? So the elements might be photos, right? The elements might be text that you're using. The elements might be your backgrounds that you're using. And then finally, I call them accents. And usually the accents are going to be things like the class of 2026 kind of stacked on top of each other. The accents are going to be a logo. Let me zoom in a little bit here. I'm on my small screen, so y'all let me know if y'all can see. The accents might be a variation of some of your text here. So if I can teach you the principles, then I can show you how easy it is to put together a design and why a template is really just something that is meant to help you get there quicker and not necessarily meant to restrict you, but just to help you get to a result faster. And then there are some things you're going to have to do in order to like manipulate or change that up just a little bit. Okay. So the way that I design, and this is the principles that we teach inside of the academy, every single week we're doing this. You have your colors, and usually we're going to pick the colors from the logo. You have your text, right? And then outside of that, you have I just call this foreground and background. Now the foreground might be some of your photos, an accent image, and your text, but that's your foreground image. You can use that for almost, I'll say anywhere from about 70 to 80% of your work is going to consist of just foreground and background. Okay. And I'm going to show you this in just a little bit. So I can show you better than I can tell you. Every now and then you're going to have to do different orientations of things, because if you have a really wide banner, maybe this foreground background doesn't work, and you have to maybe put the text on the side and the picture on the other side, and you have to balance your design that way. So I like to teach you design principles, not just throw a bunch of templates at you and just not expect you to grow and get to the position where you're designing your own templates. You're designing from scratch. My whole point of teaching you with the templates is so that you get an easy win, baby. Like, I want you to be able to flip this in 5 minutes. But principle wise, once you learn how I'm breaking this stuff down and why I'm doing what I'm doing, it makes sense to you. And you're like, oh, I can make this so much simpler. Why was I making this so hard? So you'll notice that for the fan here, for the clack fan, this has a photo here, a little logo on the side here, but that's one of my accents. That's my photo. Here's 1, 2, 3 lines of text. And then here's another accent, which was my class of 2026, right? Here, my pillow is foreground background, easy. My button is foreground background, easy. My t-shirt is foreground background. And of course, I have a layer mask on there to make it look kind of cool, but that's it. My all over shirt is foreground background with a little bit of watermarking for that logo. And this second image, I wanted to have a little bit of like a watermark effect. So those are additional, but the design would still look good if it was just foreground background. Check this. The graduation cap here is foreground background. Now the stole is a little more complicated because the stole has text 1 and text 2. So it has a first name, last name, but everything else, you can see that background on there. See that photo? Now this one has photo 1, photo 2. And then it also has that same accent there. Do you see how we're using the same elements, just in different placements and different orientation, so that it makes it feel cohesive, but you're ending up not reworking the design from scratch every single time. Okay. Same thing with the socks there. You see 1, 2, 3 elements and a background. That's 4 elements, design the socks. All right. Now, I took that a step further. This month, we were really focused on large format designs. So I'm reviewing this so that you understand why I teach the way that I teach and why I make the templates the way that I make them. You all were able to make cubes In our 304 package, you were able to make different sided cubes. And guess what? It's just a remix of the foreground and background. This one just has the accent with the background. This one just has a darkness applied to the background. So it's just remixing the same elements, y'all. Same thing for this accordion wall. Did you notice that on the bright orange side of this accordion wall is the same background? We just added some adjustment layers to it to give it like a bright orange look and some text on top of it. And then on the alternating panels, we did photos with the same background. All right. Principle of design will help you get done so much more efficiently. You won't believe you designed it that fast. All right. Here, when we did the circle 3-piece design, that was done in last week's class number 305. And again, photos. Now we did add a little extra element, which was some text that says class of 2025, try to make it look a little neon-ish. But everything else is pretty much the same elements. We added a feature here, which was a step and repeat. I showed you all how to make a step and repeat from scratch last week. So you see how I'm adding things to it, but I'm still using the same elements, right? This one, the difference is I wanted a contrasting background. So I just chose a second background to contrast with our primary background. But still, photo, that's an accent with the class of 2026. And that's an accent, which is the stacked up 3D text that's in the 304 template. So all of this pretty much derives from one t-shirt design template, but then we're learning how to apply it on so many different products. And then this one here is blinged out. I forget which one. I think this was in the arch. So in the arch class, the 302 and the 303, I believe it's in 303. It has that little bling element so that you can do that to any text, any logo. All right, so let me check in with y'all, see if this is resonating with you. We get it. Is that making sense for you? And then we do it in a way where not everything has to be so matchy. Like everything isn't just stamped the same exact thing, because we can alter our elements a little bit. We can change out the backgrounds, or like we did here, we remixed the background a little bit because I didn't want it to look exactly like the banner backdrop. And then we added this step and repeat here as an element because I didn't want it to look exactly like the floor wrap. I wanted it to have some different elements to it. Okay. Tiffany, it's not going to be rough. I promise you. The way that we design is super simple. All right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you the idea of changing this out, since now I have not added, and I should have kept that open. Let me open that back up. That one, it was, here we go, this one, because I need to add the scoreboard to this one. All right, so what I want to do is start with a different design. I'm going to start with the red one. And then I'm going to flip it to the green one just with the principle of elements. Now, I want you all to think the simpler I do this, the faster I flip, the more I get paid per hour. So when you're an entrepreneur, and I was just explaining this to my niece today, when you're an entrepreneur, the whole pay per hour does not necessarily faze you, because in your mind, you can make as much as you want per hour, but you just have to have the skill level, and you have to also have the customer or the client that is going to pay you for that skill level. So I did explain that I charge $250 to design this 3-piece focal. This piece right here. Now, I made a template for you all that is a 5-minute template that allows you to make that same amount of money for design. Now, get this, that's not me printing anything. That's not me creating the large format graphics and the products and the production at all. That is just from me designing. But it's two things that go with that. One is I have the skill, and let's be clear, you have the skill too. That's why I made the template. Now, maybe before, when you didn't have the template, you could say, "Oh, I can't make that. I don't know where to start." You don't have that excuse anymore. So you have a tool that allows you to design exactly. I'm talking about your results going to look exactly like mine. Okay. Now what you have to do is you have to find the clientele that's going to pay you for that level of design. And usually that's going to be somebody that they're busy planning the event. They don't want to be a designer. They want something that looks nice and shows their vision, and you're able to help them achieve that. So the whole idea of why for Freebie Friday I give you these PNGs is so that you can market them and say, "Hey, I can design like this. What do you think?" Right? And then at that point in time, if you're scared, if they're actually trying to throw money at you and you're afraid of making the sale because you're like, "Well, what? How do I do it if I get the money?" Baby, if they throw $250 at you to make this design, and you can get this template today for $14, come to me with that problem. I promise you, I will help you solve it. I promise I will help you solve that problem. All right, so what I want to do here is I want to just go ahead and flip this out and give you an idea of how this is going to work now. I'm going to close out of this one, and we're going to make it, and it will take 5 minutes. All right, so what I need first, and what I gave you in class was, actually, I'll do what we did in class. I'll take the green one and make it red, because this is essentially exactly what you all did. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do as soon as I open it, because it is whatever version it is right now, it is how I want it to be. I'm going to do File, Save As. So anytime you have a design and you want to save it as a different version, go ahead and just change the name a little bit. So I'm going to put Red Vikings, because that's what I'm about to turn this into. Okay. And now this is red. And then what I'm going to show you, where is my 306? Red assets. There it goes. So if any of this looks familiar here, these are the assets that we got from the 304 class. And remember, I like to teach y'all principles. So what's in here? Color, the accents, the photos, the text that we used in the design. And if you're used to how we do templates, and I call it a magic folder, your magic assets folder, whenever you design something, it automatically gives you these pieces. Now, that's not going to be every template that you work with, but that is going to be our templates, which we call the master templates that we do on Wednesday class. So if you get class number 304, this is your output from it whenever you design it. Now, I can use these elements in order to transfer that theme over to this new design. So when I think of a template, and this is why I design in Canva too, and I'll show you some of how I design in Canva, but when I think of a template, I'm really thinking of how I'm able to instantly change out things and not just drop things in the same places where something was and then delete the old thing and move things around. Like, I literally like for when I change out my elements for them to immediately drop into place. All right, let me see I thought something was going on with Photoshop here. All right, so first things first, I like to change out the logo. Here we go. Y'all can, let's see if I can do this in 5 minutes and not talk too much. So changing out this logo here, I'm going to grab my accent one from my folder, because I'm choosing like elements. My main accent for a graduation file is probably going to be the school logo, right? And then next, after I do that, I can grab my colors here. And if you don't have your colors already picked, you can use your color picker tool here. And you can choose the red and the gray. And if you hold down on the tool, you can get whatever color you're touching here. Okay, so it's not just as simple as just doing a tap. All right, but in this case, I've got color number 1, because my 304 template automatically gave me this stuff. I'm going to use my color picker tool to pick that red. Now, this is important because the way I save this swatch is with a hex color. So if you have problems with your design keeping the same colors and like red looking different on this design than another because you're eyeballing the colors, then I want you to consider this. I have a swatch where I keep in my design, I always keep a swatch color so that if I do a whole nother design, I still have that swatch color for my t-shirt design. So I'm going to tap that red, come down here to my color here, and then I'm going to tap the red here in the swatch. See how the color disappears? That's because it's the exact same color. So if you use my principles and you collect your hex colors while you're designing your design, then you end up with consistency. Okay, so that red is going to be the same no matter when I do my water bottles versus my backdrop versus this scoreboard here. Okay, so just teaching you that as principle. Now color number 2, same thing. I'm gonna drag and drop my color in here. Use the color picker or the eyedropper tool to grab that gray. Click on my color 2. Click on the gray, and then I like to delete this extra layer because I don't need any extra work. Now, what I like to do, y'all write this shortcut down. Control S is to save, and then Control W is to close out. So basically, I'm over here basically like DJing on my keyboard because it helps me design faster. I don't have to wait and click on all those yeses and nos and all that type of stuff. So I use the shortcuts. All right, so just like that, we've updated our colors and we've updated our logo. So next, let's go ahead and go in for the photos. And if you don't know where something is on Photoshop, and this, I love this about Photoshop. So in Canva, I don't have the same option. In Photoshop, you can right click on anything and then you can see what layers you're touching. And I know that's my photo 2 layer because I know how I label our templates. All right, so photo 2, it takes me to that layer, highlights it, and then I can just double click on the image. And now I'm going to go back to my folder here. And I'm going to look for photo 2. And I'm going to drag and drop it here. And what happens, and I don't even have to delete this one under here because this is a PSB, meaning that it can have several layers. So I'm just going to Control S, Control W. All right, and it's asking me, do I want to save after complete? I'm going to say yes. And also, when those boxes pop up and a little check mark saying that don't show me this again, click that. That will help you basically not have to deal with that same error message every single time. All right, so I'm on photo 1 now. Double click and just change out photo 1. Drag and drop. All right, I'm going to turn off the eyeball on the last one. Control S and Control W. Control S is to save. Control W is to close out of that tab. All right, now let me zoom out a little bit. Okay, cool. Got my elements in here. Now it looks like I need to change out this background. Let me click on this orange, and there we have background. And let's double click on the background here. And do I have a background? Yes, I do. All right, so this background is one of your larger files. It is a 44 by 36, so sometimes it'll take a little while for that to update. I'm going to do Control S and then Control W. Just let that finish saving there. All right. Now, even with me talking, I got this done in 5 minutes. Does that make sense? Even with me talking, I got this done in 5 minutes. And it's because I planned for my design. I did a design of one t-shirt on class number 304. That was 3 classes ago, right? So that one t-shirt design has made me a 3-piece focal point. It's made me a floor wrap. It's made me a clack fan. It's made me water bottle, chip bags, all of the above. And I'm telling you all that because some of you think, oh, I need a special template for this chip bag, and I need a special template for this fan, and I need a special template for this backdrop. When really, if you learn the principles of design, yes, you can have some templates for the different products and the mock-ups for those products. And I do show you all that. And as a matter of fact, that's what we'll be working on during the challenge. We're actually working on mock-ups. How do you create them? How does it look a little more realistic? How can you modify them? So I will be showing you all how to make mock-ups on our class that is on our challenges starting on the 31st. So every single week we're learning and we're applying these concepts, and you're just building on your growth. Down south, sweetie. So these particular ones cannot be used in Canva, but I do have Canva templates, right? And basically what I do is I design it in Photoshop, and then I simplify the files to put them into Canva. So we do have Canva templates, and I'm working on actually creating more Canva templates because it seems like a lot of people are starting in Canva. But when I show some of the steps, for instance, when I showed you the steps to do the accordion wall, it's a lot of steps. And the way that I have this set up, if you're willing to learn Photoshop with me, then what I do is I do all of the really hard work. So for instance, this just looks like a mock-up, but when we click on it, inside of this mock-up, and it has the shadows and everything already on it, you have a layout. That's really what an accordion wall looks like when you put all the pieces together. And then I'll double click it again. Right? And now this is our editable side. So I can come in here, change the text, change the background, change the colors. And what happens is it will automatically update here, and it will automatically update in my mockup. Now, when you do it for Canva, every time you flip the design, you have to do each of those steps separately. Okay, so it gets very cumbersome. And I like to tell people, if you can design in Canva, you can design in Photoshop. If I ever make a Canva in Photoshop and in Canva, best believe, and y'all let me know in the room, how do y'all feel? Would you rather use, if you have had access to my Photoshop templates, would you rather do it in Canva or Photoshop? Especially when we're talking about our mock-ups and our complicated designs. How do you get Photoshop? If you message me the word Friday on the Facebook, or not message, comment the word Friday under any post on the Facebook page or the Instagram page, and it'll send you the link not only to the freebies that I'm giving away tonight, it'll also send you a link for Photoshop. And they're not just saying that because they've been doing Photoshop with me. It's just when you learn that Canva got all of its features pretty much from Photoshop. And if you know Photoshop, for instance, if you know Canva, Control plus means to zoom in, Control minus means to zoom out. A lot of the features that they have in Canva, if I want to duplicate something, I'm going to go ahead and go to that mock-up. To duplicate it, I hold down Alt and push it up or down or wherever I want it to be, and it makes a copy. That's the same thing Canva does. So if you understand Canva, I promise you, you will understand Photoshop. And if you just really want something to, just bite down on, we do have a beginner Photoshop class that is tomorrow. And what I'm going to do, let me show you all what it's about first. Where is that? There we go. All right. So we do have live classes. Usually every month we have some kind of live classes going on, including we have a challenge that is a 5-day challenge that teaches you Canva. It teaches you Photoshop. It teaches you also how to do mock-ups. And then finally, we teach you how to do some type of marketing material, whether it be like a motion graphic or a flyer or something like that, after you get your design done. So if you look here, I have marked this down just for tonight. If you ever wanted to learn hands-on with Photoshop, and our hands-on classes are different. For instance, for our hands-on classes, you share your Zoom screen and we help you get the work done. Okay, small classes. And on top of that, we are helping you on your screen. So that means if you can't find something or you mess up and you need us to point to on your screen, we'll circle on your screen and say, hey, click right here and choose that function. So in this class, you're going to be building a template from scratch. So this is Photoshop. We call it the basic or the newbie course, but you're learning everything you need to learn about Photoshop from this class. You're going to bring in a photo, cut out the background, fade off the bottom. Then you'll go ahead and bring in a background. And of course, it has that square boxy look. Then you'll bring in a layer mask. You're like, what's a layer mask? We'll show you what it is. And what you'll do is you'll clip that background into the layer mask. And then you learn how to do fancy text, okay? So in Canva, you can't really do a complicated text. In Photoshop, you can. And as a matter of fact, you can put 3, 4, 5 outlines around something, drop shadow and all of that. And you'll learn also how to import brushes and use brushes inside of Photoshop. So this is one of our most effective courses, hands down, if you want to learn Photoshop. And it's no more than 8 tools that we use that show you how to do everything that I just talked to you about. Okay. Now, we also have a Canva class coming up on the 29th where you all will learn how to design that same template. If you notice here, the same design here, but you're going to do it the Canva way. And the Canva way, it is a little more complicated to get those, extra outlines and the drop shadows and the what we call a layer mask. Canva calls a frame. So we do walk you through that. It's not just showing you on the computer. We actually have you do the work and then we watch you do it and then help you if you get stuck. All right. And then for those of you all, my members in the chat, my C2Q, my gold members and my silver members, and even if you're not a member, if you've been wanting to do the Automizer, now is your chance. It is $397. It will go up after this Automizer in Action class, because this is my opportunity to help you hands-on, learn the Automizer, put it to work. And what you do is you flip out 5 products with me in live class. And then after that, you'll be able to flip 100 products the way that I just showed you all those different products, up to 100. I think it's 115 products now that you'll be able to create with just the images and the elements I showed you earlier. So just know that those live classes are coming up and upon us. And then we have the challenge that will be starting on the 31st, right? And I will talk to you some more about the challenge, but make sure that you sign up. If you want to, we're starting on the 31st. I'm spending my birthday with y'all on April Fools and all, and we're going to get these designs done for your graduation package, okay? All right, so that was those classes. I want to get back to doing some design here. And the text is editable here. You'll end up changing like the clocks and the text here, but I can just show you real quickly. I need to change this because this one says ball on 80 and it should not. I didn't realize this because I'm not a football gal, but the ball cannot be on 80. So it can be on, I've learned something from my class, from when I taught live class on Wednesday. My beautiful community told me that it can be ball on 10, 20, 30, or 40. I think up to 50. If I'm not lying, I think it was 10 to 50, but it can't be 80. So I need to change that. And all I had to do was double click on it. And like I said, this is a template. So these things are easy to change out. And then once I get all of this done, I'm doing Control S to save, because I just flipped my design in 5 minutes. Now, what I did in those 5 minutes is because I learned principles of design. I didn't just have a template and just stare at it and try to figure out, well, what should I put there and what goes there? It literally has components that tell me, hey, put a photo here, put your accent image here. Doesn't have to be a logo. Your accent image could be like a picture of a football helmet, right? Doesn't have to be a logo. Just getting you used to that. What is your background image going to be? And it makes you plan out and think about how you want your design to flow. And if you had the 304 template, you don't even have to think about anything. It automatically gave you all of those pieces, right? So when I want to show you all how to design smart and not hard, it's because I want you to develop systems to how you design. All right. Okay. So let's see. Now here's something I wanted to teach tonight. This is another one of my quick tips and snippets, and it's really not that quick of a tip, but it is upscaling your images. All right. So this looks great on my screen, but if I blow it up, it's probably going to look pixelated, right? Because this is just a mock-up. This is just a preview at a low scale. Imagine printing that 8 foot tall and having all those little pixels and things in it, and just having your customer look at you like, I paid you $250 to design that, and I got little pixels everywhere. Well, in that case, I want you to be able to be confident that you're doing the best design that you can do for your client. So let me see. I believe this one is editable too. And let me grab my 306 class. And I don't know why it says 304 class. This is 306 class. Let me change that. All right, now what I can do here, y'all, this is why Photoshop is so cool, y'all. This is why I want y'all to know Photoshop is so cool. I can take this fully editable Photoshop template and I can drag and drop it onto this mock-up board. And now this is editable inside of my document. Watch this. It's not just a PNG in here. I can double click on it. And now I can still edit this thing. When I tell you that's one of the main reasons why Photoshop is so special, because it has smart objects. And these smart objects, I can go in and edit. All right. So when I want to edit the cubes, I can go to those cubes. And I can go to each face of the cube and I can change that face of the cube. Watch this. Now it changed the top of all of those cubes there. Let's say I want to change side number 2 here. I can just drop my image and my elements in there and it changes that side. So if I could ever express to you how much time this is going to save you by learning how to design like this and having access to these classes, having access to these templates, the time alone is going to be worth you investing in this process. So I actually taught a class 3 Mondays ago on how to make these cube designs in Canva. And in the amount of time it took me to design and mock up the images in Canva, I did this in about 5 minutes. It took me an hour and a half to do all of my updates on Canva, make PNGs of each of those squares, and place those squares and angle them onto this mock-up style so that people could see what it looks like as a cube set. That was an hour and 25 minutes too much for me. And I know how to use Canva. It's just so many steps you have to do manually. So I have to create the design file. Then I have to make it printable size. Then I have to come back and make it a mock-up. Then I have to size it for printing versus sizing it for a mock-up. And all of those different things gave me about 5 to 6 additional steps that took additional time. So what I aim to do, I never even made these assets. I never even made these tools until I figured out how much time it was taking you all to design. And I said, oh, heck no. I'm going to say, no, I don't want to save these. Oh, heck no. I'm not letting my people spend all that time doing repetitious work. So what I do is I make the templates so easy that you don't have to do the repetitious work, right? The work is already done in the templates for you. Now, let me know, because this is a file that I'm going to add to the past challenge that we just did. This is going in, my apologies. This is going in the upcoming challenge because we have that coming up on the 31st. And so it's combining the large format plus the small format stuff. So if you missed out on the first challenge, for the first challenge, we did an accordion wall. I also showed you how to design the archway, floor wrap, and backdrop. Okay, since then, we've added the 3-piece circle focal point. I call that a showstopper. If you want to, you add your LED lights in there. And we have the scoreboard now. We have cubes. In addition to that, we have the small format products. For instance, the socks and all over shirts are considered large format. We have the clack fan in there, some of your favorites, party favors, like the Rice Krispie treats, water bottles, chip bags, etc. So I will be showing you how to design and mock those up this time around. So now you're going to be getting the entire package. So if you get an opportunity, to join the Craft to Quit program, which is our platinum membership, then you get every 30 days, we do a big project like this. And every single week, we're doing one of these items. So in addition to that, every single week, we're creating the AI artwork for this. So I just want you to know that in 1 hour, like an hour is already gone, right? In 1 hour, I can teach you some tips, some tricks. I can show you, how to change colors and, that sort of thing. I'm about showing you how to actually have success. So that's why I give my challenge. I used to make at least $20,000 every single time I did a challenge. I have given that up to build the challenge inside of my platinum program, because I know that once you get in the challenge, you're going to do so much in 5 days, probably more than you've done in the past 5 months, right? And then you're going to stop if you're not a member, because you're going to say, oh, okay, well, what do I do now? Now you don't have a choice. You're stuck with me for at least 30 days. You pay $197. You get a full 5-day challenge with me, live, hands-on. And then I also work with you every single week to design an AI on Tuesday. And then I design with you in Photoshop on Wednesday. That is my way of helping you all get success in the shortest amount of time possible. So those saying, well, how do I don't know if I could do this in Photoshop. Anyone here in the chat, can you please let me know? Can you drop a 100 in the chat if you had little to no experience with Photoshop before you joined the academy? If y'all can give me a 100 in the chat and let me and the folks know. How many of you had 0 to no experience with Photoshop? Georgia Beauty, Brookie, Eleanor, okay. Coach Najla, Ash, okay. Now we say that. But if I go right here, right now, I'm going to take y'all to a little place I call our free Facebook group. And let's watch y'all showing out. Yeah, y'all see me design. Okay, Marv, let's go. And I think you said you had some stuff going on this week, so you still got your work in. Beautiful work, love. All right, Jennifer. Okay. Then flipped it to the baby shower or the gender reveal. Okay. I love it. Like, this literally was just class this week, y'all. Coach Nasha got something cooking for y'all. got something cooking. Matter of fact, let me see. We are constantly developing things for you all. So you got your graduation. Look at that. How many of you all not only want to design, you want your stuff on a website? Coach Najla has a 1-day Shopify challenge where she'll show you how to take these elements that you've already learned how to design, turn them into products, set your pricing, set up your variations. So for instance, if you got sizes on this shirt, set up those variations on the back end of your Shopify. Let people pay you. Let people pay you for what it is that you do, and then they can clearly see the value that you have. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? So even these free, I'm giving y'all free downloads tonight. You can use those free downloads for your Instagram page, for your Shopify store, for just, you could text message people that like, hey, what do you think about this design I'm doing for graduation? Even if they don't have a graduate, girl, that's fire right there. Let me go tell my my neighbor, she got a girl graduating class of 2025 right now. I seen them taking pictures the other day. Just because people know you do it and they know the level at which you can execute. And y'all, I'm not playing with y'all. Did you see how we doing in the academy? Some of these is your very first time designing in Photoshop is right here in this community. Matter of fact, some of you just joined less than a month ago. Matter of fact, less than 2 weeks ago. Most of you joined, my newbies joined 2 weeks ago, and y'all are designing just like this. And it's not because of a template. It's because of the mindset of how the templates are developed, how I've watched you all have success over the years, have watched you all struggle through the years. And my goal is to make it as easy as possible for you to stand up and be proud of what you can show off and to know that you can actually produce it. So I'm just saying, if you get a chance to do this Shopify in action, we'll have that listing. And Coach Najla, you can let me know if we have the listing already. If not, then I want to make sure that y'all keep your notifications on the email so that you get our email deals, because we usually have early bird deals that go in our emails. And then make sure that you follow us on social media. Like today, that $14 deal, if you didn't follow us on social media and you're not on our email list, you wouldn't know that we have $14 templates today. All right, so let me check in with y'all real quick because my time is up for designing. And I just want to make sure if there's one more thing I can show you. This is something that you all wanted to learn, and I don't believe you can do it in Canva. You have to do it in Photoshop. So I'm going to teach you how to upscale an image and how to make a big head graphic. Is that all right? I was going to do it next week, but I felt like it's a little special. Well, I'm ending almost on time. Y'all know I'm supposed to be done by 10 o'clock. But if I see enough participation, I go a little harder. Now, y'all want to do it? Oh, beautiful. All right. Well, then this is the stuff y'all want to learn. I'm going to show you better than I can tell you. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a big head graphic of this scenario here. And I'm also going to take my grad party here. I'm going to make a little extension to it because we've got a lot going on here. So now I want to make maybe a little area where I'm going to have this here. I'm going to show off just a little bit. Let's take this background here, my event hall. And I'm going to use a little AI to extend that side of it. So let's do a crop tool. And y'all don't worry, if you're in class with me, I teach you all of this stuff super slow. I'll watch you do it on your screen. Hit generative expand and then generate. Miss Kitty, if you want to be in the live classes, either way, go ahead and message the not message. I keep saying messages. Comment 14 on the Instagram or Facebook post, and what it'll do, it'll send you the link to where you can join the membership. If you join the membership, here I will. Oh, that looks good. I needed that. Okay, let me close out of that and hit. Oh nope, I gotta merge it down. Let me see, which one do I want? 1, 2. That one looked like it gave me a little more open space and it's brighter. All right, I like that. Let me right click and merge it down. Close on out. Yes to save. Okay, so that was me using Photoshop and using generative expand, because now that I made my image a little bit wider here, I want to have something that's going to cover that. All right, and I'll just bring that over. There we go. And now I can take this scoreboard here. And now I can add some elements. So I can add PNG elements in here too. And this is what I'm gonna be giving y'all tonight. I am giving you all, I actually gave you the red and the green assets so that you all can fully get started. So I'm looking for my green right now. So if you did put Friday in the comments of a post or the latest post on Instagram and Facebook, then what you'll notice is you have on the back end a little zip file. It is not just a little zip file at all. It is the output from the Automizer. So even if you don't have the Automizer, at least this lets you mark it as if you do. So then you'll understand when you have to make all of these mock-ups and these designs one at a time, you'll understand the power of the Automizer. You'll understand the value of the Automizer, and you'll understand how you can buy back your time. Okay, so remember all of these elements create these designs. So the printable designs are down here. So like your clack fan, that is your printable design. I'll make this a little bit more narrow so you can see the design better. This is ready to print. It's a PNG ready to print. So for instance, if you wanted to test out the design style and you wanted to print this on your sublimation printer right now, go ahead. Okay, this is the print file for the lunch tote. This is the print file for the circle plate. You don't even need a special printer for that. You just print that on your regular inkjet printer. Okay. This is a print file for the cheer bow. It looks like it has glitter on it. It has the image and everything on there. Ready to go. Okay. So those are your print files. But then you say, well, Shannon, I don't want to put, I can't show my customer the print file. They won't get it. They need to see a mock-up. Well, the Automizer simultaneously makes your print files and your mock-ups at the same time. So I get my graduation stole here as a mock-up, but I also have, where is my stole? I got so many products in here. Let me just type in the word stole. All right, there's my printable right there. And for me, depending on if you have a certain curve stole or a certain angle stole, this fits pretty much any stole that you can possibly buy. That is, whether it is a 72-inch stole or even a 60-inch stole, it fits all of those. But do you see how all the elements are already there ready to print? And then that's the mock-up that I put on my Shopify store. Y'all see that? So I'm giving you all this as your freebie for tonight, just so that you have marketing material. Like if somebody says, hey, I wonder what that would look like as a tie. There it goes. Oh, can you do napkins? And can you do the mugs? Can I do some mugs? Absolutely. Maybe you want to do ribbons. Maybe you want to do Rice Krispie treats. Maybe you want to do like a silk scarf. Okay. It automatically made the stuff. Another good thing would be stadium cushions, right? Because the stadium cushions, if there is graduation, sometimes it's on the football field, sometimes it's on very uncomfortable bleachers and things, then you could also market the stadium cushions. All right, and yes, Craft to Quit, you all have a special code on the back end for the Automizer. All right. So let me see. I was trying to think. Oh, new stuff. I forgot I had to put some new stuff in there. So I have glassware in there now. So the clack fan is new. The glassware is new because I think that now that everybody is used to using the UV DTF, I think it is really important to market products like this where you can buy a sticker one time, like basically just keep your sticker to about no bigger than 3" by 3", and you can use it for pretty much any glassware. And it's a permanent bond as long as it's supposed to be hand washed. So that's in there. I also have some labels in there for your champagne bottles and your wine bottles. So even if it's like high school graduation, they do the sparkling grape juice and stuff just to make it look fancy with the little fluted champagne glasses. That's fine. Now you have a way of mocking that up. Let's see what else. Invitations. Y'all know people wait to the last minute to do these invitations. You can do your digital invitations and you can do even the printed invitations and send those off to 4over to print. And 4over, if you're not aware, that's a website where you can get your backdrops printed and drop shipped. You can get business cards. These are what they consider flyers, but basically they are postcard mailer size. All right, so that's popular for graduation. Let's see what else. We talked about the backdrop. This right here is going to be one of your more popular products for graduation. Also can be drop shipped from 4over. You might have various size banners that they want you to do. So you have a vertical banner that automatically populates for you. And this is where I was saying, you see how you can do foreground, background for this backdrop? But for this banner, you got to go long. So you may have to take your elements and arrange them. The Automizer already arranged those elements for you. Some of you all are doing parties where you need to print like bar menus and things of that nature. The mock-up is in there already for the bar menu. And then we're going to be working on that for our upcoming 308 class. And then that's also the challenge. So that class starts on March 31st. So we're building all of these elements before we even hit the next challenge. And then once we hit the challenge, we're adding more elements to it so that you can fully, by the time you finish the challenge on April 4th, because it's starting on March 31st to April 4th, then you're ready to hit the ground running, setting up your Shopify store with Coach Najla on April 6th, like putting these products on your Shopify store and sending your link out and telling people that you're ready for them to shop with you. You could also do the bench here, and instead of a memorial poem, you can put, like I did on the bookmark here, it says guided by faith, strengthened by grace. And I use ChatGPT. I said, ChatGPT, I need you to help me figure out some Bible verses that work really well for graduates because I'm making a bookmark. And guess what it did? It said, trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him and he shall direct thy path. So that sounds good for someone that's going into a new journey of their life and going into higher education, right? So I didn't even have to rack my brain. I use AI, I use Photoshop, I use marketing tools, I use automation in almost everything that I presented to you tonight. Okay. All right, so I said I was going to show y'all how to do these fat heads. So let's do a fat head. Now, first, in order to do a fat head, I want to start with my image. So I'm going to choose which fat head? Probably since it's graduation, I might choose one of the more formal images here. I'll do this one. This is like our main image we've been using. So I'm just going to open that one up. And this is an AI image. So if you've been missing our AI classes, this is from AI class 61, I believe. All right. So what I want to show you here is this image came straight from our AI class. And although it looks good in all these mock-ups I'm showing y'all, if this was my real model, it's two things that I'm going to do to this. All right. One thing is before I even cut it out, I've got to upscale it. So let me see. Let me find this AI class. And I believe it was 61, but y'all, I have so many AI classes here. Let me do my female here because I see her. All right, so let's say I'm going to do this image, and what's hard about, it's easier to cut out the males most of the time because their hair is very close to the size of their head and face, but the females can be a little more difficult. So let's do that. Let's take on that challenge. So the first thing is I'm going to open this one up. I'll do this one. I'll show you more of a challenge tonight. Because if I show y'all the easiest one, you might get discouraged if you get a harder one. So it's decent quality, but it's not where I need it to be. Where I need this to be is upscale. So I use a program called Topaz. You can look up online. I might just do a class straight up on just upscaling images. Everything that you pretty much need to know on upscaling. But I'm going to upscale this one with Topaz. If it's popping up for me somewhere. Let me see. Thought I clicked on it. Oh, it's coming up. I was being impatient. Here it is on my other screen. All right, and I can just drag an image in here that I want to upscale. So I'm going to drag this one. All right, and so far it's going to do a little analyze and see, hey, is this a face? Is this a car? Is this an object? Okay, so it understands that there are faces in here. So I'm going to put upscale. And then I'm going to tell it, I'm going to put 4x. If I know I'm going to print this like 8 feet tall, and I know I got this from like a little image that they sent me, I'm going to increase it more. However, keep in mind, the more that you increase the scale of it, the more that this file is going to be, or the bigger this file is going to be, and the heavier it's going to be on you saving and that sort of thing. So usually I upscale based on what I know I'm going to use it for. Now this one, I'm going to choose high fidelity version 2. Okay. And then what I want you to see here, let me make that full screen here. It's just, I'm zooming into some of these details here. You see how fuzzy it is in her eye, how it's clean here, how fuzzy it is around her nose, how it's clean and sharp here. I can see the details even in her lips. That's what upscaling does. So it may look the same, right? Right here, they look the same, right? When I blow it up 10 feet tall, like y'all are doing, this is the difference, okay? So when I have this, now I can export this image. And I can go back to that same folder, and usually it'll save the same file name with the word upscale after it. And there it is. Okay. Now that's the file that I want to open in Photoshop. That's the file that I want to cut the background out of. So here's the first thing that I do. I'm going to remove the background with AI inside of Photoshop, the same way you would in Canva. It's the same type of feature here. I'm just going to choose remove background. All right, and what it's doing is utilizing AI to understand, hey, where is the hair, where's the background, etc. So it did a pretty decent job at this. This is what I might use in my graphic design. So For instance, when we did the 3-piece circle focal point, I use this image. But if it's ever needing to be contour cut, y'all, speaking of cut, this is not going to cut it. I'm going to put a solid color behind this so you can see what I'm talking about. And just put a different color than anything else that's in here, okay? Do you see I get this beautiful cutout of her hair, which is great for if I'm doing a t-shirt design, sublimation, that sort of thing. If I'm going to cut this out of foam, that is not going to work. So what I'm going to show you is a tool that many of us do not like to use, but is going to end up saving you. And I might even be able to... I'm going to do a hybrid method here because how it cuts out the top of her cap here is perfect. But where her hair is, that's where it's giving me issues. So if you all, especially my OG, triple OGs, y'all want to see a simple and advanced moment at the same time, I'm about to show you. So I use the basic cutout tool to get my contour with all the details. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to group it. I'm going to do Control G. So that now I'm going to be doing a contour with the pen tool, and I'm going to create a layer mask on top of this, but it'll be on this group. And I know I'm just talking, so let me show you better than I can tell you. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here, grab my pen tool. I'm not going to be afraid of the pen tool because the pen tool is the only way I'm going to get smooth, fat head style cutout lines, okay? Now I'm going to tap here. Make sure that you are on path and not shape. And that path is right here, this drop down. You'll see here, there's shape there as well. I'm on path. And what I'm doing is I'm going to click and drag. Y'all, Canva can't do this. Click and drag. And this is basically creating my smooth elements so I have a nice cutout. And this is going to take you just playing with the tool and getting used to it, getting confident with it. And now at this point, I'm going to come up to right about there. I'm going to close that up. And then I'm going to create a clipping mask here. What did it do? Oh, you know what? Let me grab, I should have grabbed the inside. That's what it is. Let me escape out of this. I'll go back. Because it really needs to be on the image to do the vector mask. So I'm going to take this and just move it down here for a moment and disable that layer mask. And just do this the right way from the beginning. So here we are. I'm going to move a little bit faster. And once you start working in the pen tool, believe me, you'll be able to work fast like this too. And as I'm clicking, I'm dragging. If I want it to be a corner, then I just tap and tap. I don't drag it. So like, for instance, I want that one to be straight. I just tap and tap, tap. Now I need this little part up here to be curved a little bit. So I'm pulling on it instead of just tapping. This one I tap. This one I tap. This is the only way you're really going to be able to get clean vector cutouts from photos. Right now, I need to start curving again. So I'm going to pull on it as I click and drag, making these little curves. And I'm avoiding anywhere that has open hair because it won't look full. It won't look like it's actually completely inside of my contour here. All right, and now when I close it up, so I have to hit the first node that I ever made. When I close it up and I create a layer mask, Oh, duh, I'm not hitting the right button. Here it is up here. I have to hit mask up here. There it is. I was like, why is that doing that? Okay, so now you see the difference between the black and white layer mask, which is a bitmap layer mask. Now you see the gray and white. The gray and white is a vector layer mask. Why is this important? Well, if I click off of this layer mask, I can only use my brush tool to change the layer mask of the bitmap image. But if I go to my arrow tool and I choose the white arrow, which is my direct selection tool, and I click on the path, notice that these little nodes I can change. So let's say something looked a little bit funky right here, and I say, ooh, I need to clean that up a little bit. Now you see how it affects the whole contour here. And that's something I promise you, if you're making big heads, this is going to be a game changer. Oh, when did the screen stop showing? Let me see if I remove it and bring it back. It's probably Photoshop. Can y'all see my screen now? You see it now? So did y'all see that part where I showed you how we can change the nodes? So here, this is the difference between a vector mask and a bitmap mask. A vector mask, I can edit these nodes. And I can even pull on these handles and make the curve go a different direction. See that? Boom, boom. Don't know what the sound effects are for. Probably because I'm sleepy. All right, but this is a product here. If I disable that vector mask and then I add that one there, now you can see I like the detail that it gives me with the remove background with the bitmap mask. However, let me enable the vector mask. The vector mask is going to be closer to what you would do if you were doing a cutout or a pop out. See how this hair here, look, this little curl here looks a little too extreme too out there? I can pull that in and change it. How long do you have to register? Okay, so the class, depending on how many people take the class does fill up. So just make sure that you register as soon as possible. Okay. When the class is full, and so our classes are different. We can't have 200, 300 people in our challenges and our classes like other people do, because we actually help you on your screen. So you share your screen with us and we help you do this. You're not watching me like you're watching me right now on YouTube because this is a free class. So we do in the free class what other people do in their paid classes. So in the paid classes, you might watch somebody else design. In our paid classes, we actually watch you design and we help you. We say, oh, okay, I see it looks a little sharp right here. Let's click on that and let's move this little area right here out and let's practice manipulating that node a little bit. And then what happens is you learn more because you're getting the hands-on help as you're working through the problems. So it depends on which class it is, love. If you if you comment the number 14 under any post and make it the last post that you see on Facebook or Instagram, it'll send you the link to all the classes, including the $14 classes we have right now. So all of the replay classes are only $14 right now. And that's in honor of my niece Pooh's birthday, since she just turned 14. You said that's so much more than I received earning my degree. Well, my love, we have something in common. I got a whole PhD in engineering. Trust me, that's why I'm Dr. Shanon. I'm not one of the fake doctors y'all know that just get a degree from taking a couple months of some courses. I have a full-fledged engineering PhD from University of Central Florida. And what it taught me is that I can teach myself anything. That's what that education taught me. And it also taught me about systems and how we can take something and optimize a system. So I optimize design. So I've always been a designer since my dad taught me as a little girl. So I just fuse what I love to do with what I've learned to do. And now I get to invent my own lane and help you all out in the process. Because trust me, I wasn't doing this for me. I didn't make templates for me. I never made templates until you all needed it. My behind was sitting up here designing everything from scratch. All of this, I would have designed. Every time I had a client, I would design something like this from scratch. Spend hours every single time, never made templates. But now, when you all needed me, I definitely put on that cape and created some tools that would help you. Customer happiness. So for the Automizer, for the craft to quit, that code, they have to message us and let us know, and we have to confirm that they have the existing Automizer in order to give them that coupon code. So they'll have to message us on Facebook and let us know, hey, because we have to create a code for each and every member that is an active member that wants 93% off of the Automizer. And it's 30% now instead of, okay, let me change that. So for my Craft to Quit crew, I know you all said you all wanted to do the Automizer in Action class, and the Automizer in Action class comes with the Automizer. Somebody's asking for that information right now. I apologize. I want to make sure I get that to them. So if you take this class right here, it is a live hands-on class that we make sure that you can flip all of these products on your computer. It's an intense class, but we get you all the way through it, and we get you through flipping the templates, or not flipping the templates, but flipping the Automizer so that you get all of your mock-ups and your printable files for any of the products that you pick for graduation. So we might pick the fan and the stove, but you might say, I'm not making no stoves. So you pick whatever 5 products that you want to live in class. And then after class, you can pick 100 products if you want. I think on my list, I have over 70 products that work for graduation that I am putting on my website. And then that way I can tell if people want to buy those things. I can tell what's popular. All right, so let me do this real quick for y'all on the Shopify side. Let's see. So Craft to Quit, you all are supposed to have. Let's see here. Discounts. I'm going to change it real quick so y'all have that. If I don't do it now, when I get off of this live, y'all, I'm going to bed. Let's see. Right. It's supposed to be 30. So for you all now, it's going to be 50. This will go down to 40% off on Sunday. And then I will say by Wednesday, I'm going to take it down to 30%. And then it's whatever fills the class. So make sure that you go ahead and take advantage of the early bird price, and you take advantage of the fact that that we still have availability in the class. So I have saved that. Now it should be 50 instead of 30% off the Automizer in Action. All right. Hannah, yes, they can message us on Facebook, and then we'll create a code just for them for the Automizer, and we'll send them the link plus the code. They'll have their own code. So then that way, because what happens is people were sharing codes, and when we do something like give you 93% off of something, and you share a code, it hurts the platinum membership, because the whole point of the platinum membership is that you get perks that nobody else gets. So now we have to make those high value codes only available per person. Okay. Let's see. Are all the Automizer classes filled? Let's see. $397. Let me see. I might open up a few spots if I need to. No, you can still check out. Yep. But yep, you can check out. It'll let you in the class. All right, so I showed y'all how to do big heads. I wasn't supposed to show y'all how to do that. We're going to do a class on doing cutouts, like specifically. So I did want to give you all kind of a demonstration of what it's like to use the pen tool, but we'll be doing a class just on using that pen tool. So we'll be using the pen tool, and then we're going to do balloon mock-ups. So you all will be able to move the balloons around and create a balloon mock-up. What page is it on? It's on our 101 page, which you can get to that page if you message the, I keep saying message. Stop saying message, girl. If you comment the number 14 under any or the latest Facebook post or Instagram post, but I'll post that here as well. So you'll get to this page, and this page has all the deals on there. And I'm going to give y'all an offer next week. Y'all see that this challenge, not only will you have designed all of the large format elements, you're also going to design your small format elements. For instance, your party favors. Okay. So if y'all want to join right now, it's $397. But if you join Craft to Quit, it is $197, and it includes this challenge, plus it includes the full month of taking live Photoshop classes with me on Wednesday, live AI classes with me, the same way I made all of these elements and these backgrounds and all of the people. All of that's AI. If you want to know how to do that, then you'll join us on AI class on Tuesday, Photoshop class on Wednesday for a full 30 days. If that's not worth $197 and you've paid $197, you come to all the live classes and you say, you know what, Shanon, that was some crap right there. I can't believe I paid $197 for that. I'm going to gladly issue you a full refund as long as you show up live and you show me that you're showing up, you're trying, and I'm just failing you. If I am failing you, then I'm going to let you know that was not my intent, nor do I want that to be what you feel and you think about this academy. But I'm letting you know that's never happened before. Never, ever, ever happened before. So I'm that confident in saying I will give you all the templates and everything. I will give you my live attention for a full month and during this 5-day challenge. And if you feel like you didn't get $197 worth, I will give you a full refund. And you better go ahead and download everything I gave you, because after that, you're probably going to get the boots from the academy. But you'll have way more than $197 worth of templates and files and education by the time you can make that decision. Okay. I just want you to be confident that when you join us for this membership, that you're getting hands-on help. It's not just a bunch of videos that you watch. You're not watching old videos from 10 years ago. That's not what you're doing. Now, we do have classes you can unlock that you do unlock while you're live in the membership. But if you join the Craft to Quit membership today, you will not only get that $297, that $300 challenge, you will get that for free just because you're in our Platinum membership. And you'll get the live classes that are coming up. Okay. And if you just go to the 101 page, you just go right here, you hit join now, and you will be able to get to the memberships. It probably will pop up on a different page. Looks like it's taking a little time here. Show how I changed the tassel color. So Andy, the tassel color on the accent or on the model? Let me know. All right. So when you come here to this is our actual membership page, And you can choose which membership you want. And right now, this is our platinum membership that includes the challenge. It includes 4 live Photoshop classes each month. It includes 4 live AI classes each month, and it unlocks 4 OG templates every single month. All right. So when you invest, and that's exactly what you're doing. When you invest in this plan, when you say you want it to be immersed, I have taken college classes. I've taught college classes. I've actually taught undergraduates when I was a graduate student. And I know for a fact, because I used to prepare curriculum and teach, we did not do this much value in college. We didn't. And it wasn't immediately applicable. Like you couldn't go out and apply what you learned in class. Like I would go to class and I would learn how to change an apple from red to green, right? And then I would go home and I would say, well, what do I need to change from red to green? What apple do I? No, I needed to learn how to make something I can make money off of right now. So that was the whole premise. I had a choice to become a professor. I had just finished my PhD in engineering. And I'll tell you a little backstory. I just got custody of my niece and nephew. And I had a choice. I could go to work and I could use that PhD that I just got to get a nice paying, at least around about 100 to 120,000 jobs, $120,000 job as a professor at a nice university. And that's actually why I got a PhD. I wanted to be a professor. It's prestigious. It was great money. And the fact that there's less than 1%. There's less than 1%. That means there's like 0.3 or 0.5% Black females that are tenured in the engineering professor role. I wanted to be one of those. I actually had 2 great mentors that they were both engineering, UCF, wonderful community leaders. They had their own businesses. They were entrepreneurs as well. They did speaking engagements. They wrote books, all of that beautiful stuff. And when I had to take on the responsibility of the kids, I was like, hey, I could be gone all day and not be able to nurture these kids and put them in a safe environment because it was necessary for us to make some really hard shifts. Or I could stay home and I could use my design skills. And that's exactly what I did. I got on YouTube, y'all. Use my design skills to help y'all out, to serve a purpose, to create a community, to create solutions for you all. And I asked God for $40,000. I said, God, I will forego this $120,000 opportunity if I can just stay home with these kids and make $40,000 a year and make sure that they're happy and healthy. And y'all, that was April of 2020, before the end of 2020. Can y'all guess the number that I actually made? Wasn't even a full year, from April to December of 2020. Can y'all guess how much I made? Y'all think it was $40,000? Tell me what y'all think it was. Just by doing what I love and serving my purpose, I made $127,000. Which if you remember, that's what I turned down in order to do what I love. So when I saw that, it meant something to me. The next year I did $400K. It meant something to me, number one, to help my people. That's why I had to teach my niece tonight. Everybody thinks everything's about making money. I had to teach her a lesson on her birthday, y'all. Hey, it's not about saying thank you because people pay you. I'm saying thank you because you're allowing me to do what I love to do and to serve and to make a difference, have an impact. And by way of that blessing, I receive my blessings. That's what I want you to understand also about when you work on your skill, okay? So you can have a knack for something. We are all creative beings. I know it and I love it. That's why I work in this realm, because I want you to turn your creativity into cash. I want you to understand that your creativity can save your family too. I want you to understand that the gifts that God gave you are meant to be planted and for you to be able to reap this in tenfold of what you imagined. Could I tell you that I went from asking God for $40,000 to not even a year later making $400,000 doing what I asked him to do for $40,000? Come on. All because I'm working my skills and I'm helping people. And I wasn't doing it with the intention of making a whole lot of money. I was doing it with the intention of saving my family. So I just want you all to know that you have these same tools at your fingertips. You have a better position than me because it took me 25 years. I know I might look young, but I'm about to be 41 years old on this challenge. Y'all will celebrate my 41st birthday with me, okay? So Emma's turning 14, I'm turning 41. And she is my little mirror. All right? But 25 years of Photoshop experience. I've been doing this since high school. And you all get to build that into a 30-day time. Like, serve your time with me. Just serve your time. 30 days with me. Watch what I can help you do. That's all I'm saying. Watch what I can help you do. And know that I'm doing this with a greater purpose and a bigger why. And y'all just saw one of my whys tonight. That little girl's my heartbeat. Her and her little brother. My heart beats, okay? So I do this for them. I do this for you all. I do this for the community. I do this so that you all can have freedom too. Because there ain't nothing like leaving a 9-to-5 and working a 24/7. Listen, this stuff stays on my brain all day, every day, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. All right. The $14 sale is good for 14 hours. So I believe it's going to end sometime around 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So I'm glad that y'all trust me. Listen, I don't take it lightly. The fact that you all trust me is the reason why I made myself get up every single week. Y'all see this weekly classes? Y'all know I'm a creative, right? Y'all know I don't have discipline in too much of anything. But you all help me be disciplined because I said I was going to show up for you all live every single week and help you hone your skills. And with that, this is what y'all gave me. This is how y'all thank me. Baby, this is how y'all thank me. The success, the things that you all can do, what you have proven. This is it. Y'all are the proof. Y'all are my success. So yes, while I can talk about earning over $2 million doing this, I never would have imagined saying that. It would have taken me at least, about 10 years doing this, earning $1 million as a professor. And I would have been working at somebody's 9-to-5. Listen, the reason why I don't like 9-to-5s, I'm just going to tell you, JOBs, just over brokes, is because every time I never had a full-time job. Just to let y'all know, I was always a student. And let me tell y'all something, even as a student, my skills, my Photoshop skills paid the bills. I was in engineering and they utilized my Photoshop skills. I was one of the top interns wherever I went. I was always part-time because I was like, y'all ain't getting me full-time. And then when my part-time job got in the way of my creativity, I quit that to raise these kids and go full-time in my creativity. Now, if it is your gift and it is your mission, there is no opportunity for failure. The only way you can fail is just not to do it. Is not to give yourself the full confidence, not to give yourself the time and the devotion, because it will take you some time. But I promise you, it won't take you 4 hours to design this like it took me. I promise you it'll take you about 5 to 10 minutes to do this. Even my newbies showing out. My OGs showing out. Y'all keep showing out. This is my payoff. This is why I do this. So I'm going to end with that tonight, y'all, because we had a good little 2-hour session. I did want to, let me just reiterate what we got going on before I leave, y'all. Whew, I love y'all so much. I really do. I really do. I can sit here in my pajamas and literally help people all day. Even when I'm asleep, I'm still helping people. All right, so let's see what we got going on. Live classes tomorrow, Saturday. If you are Craft to Quit, you should have a code on your back end that allows you to take this class for free one time. If you've already used the code, it won't work. All right, if you want to take this Photoshop from scratch class, you are going to learn in about 90 minutes how to create a template from scratch. And it'll be a template you can use over and over and over again for almost any project you can think of. Okay, so that is definitely worth $97. I took that down to $67 for y'all. But if you are Craft to Quit, you have a code on your back end right now that allows you to take the class for free. Just make sure that you show up on time, because Coach Ann is military now. She's really sweet and she's really patient. And she is one of my favorite teachers to listen to, because if y'all think I'm patient and I have this calming effect, Coach Ann is on another level. And she definitely makes sure that you get through and there is no creative left behind. That's our motto. No creative left behind. And then upcoming, we have a Canva live design class. If you don't know how to design from scratch in Canva, you definitely want to take this class. And then for those of you all who are ready for the Automizer, like, look, I've been sitting on the sideline. I've been waiting for this thing. Please sign up for the Automizer in Action class. All right. The price will be going up on Sunday. So hopefully you go ahead and you get into the class. If there are any seats left after we raise the price on Sunday, it will be going up to $497 on Sunday. Just letting y'all know. So if y'all want to pay an extra $100, wait on it. Right now, I'm giving it an early bird special. And then it's supposed to be $997, y'all, because you're getting a live class and you're getting the Automizer that designs over 115 products. Okay? Just letting you know. All right, my love. So that's it. I appreciate y'all. And I love you dearly. And until next time, bye. Good night, y'all.